Hello, welcome to another episode of Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, where we're playing as the Austrian Empire. Let's get in. We're going to pick up where we left off in the last episode, and we need to do some ship refits. I'm thinking instead of refitting, well, we don't have any battleships to refit, so I think we're just going to create a new design. I think we have 3 or 4 technologies, including rangefinders and engines. We only have one of our old torpedo boats left. I'm not going to worry about that. Let's start with our light cruisers. Okay. So let's find out exactly what we can update. I could have swore we had gotten... Oh, what helps if you hit refit? Still just have natural boilers, but we do have a new engine. It makes a bit of a difference. I'm going to actually switch to light shells on all my designs for now. They typically, if you look, it helps not only reload time, but it also helps with base accuracy, which, especially early game, if you're not hitting it, which the ships just don't hit. So anything you can do to enhance your accuracy, to me, is fairly important. Later in the game, when you have really good rangefinders, that's definitely less of an issue. We can increase our torpedo size, and here's the big thing: we want to get our improved range. Or, well, not improved, the only rangefinder we have, but 70% aiming speed, +5 accuracy. That's a big difference early game. Can we fit? Would love to get the pitch down under 50. There we go. I don't think we need such big amount of turret armor. Let's see if we have any improved towers. What do we have? Front tower 1. Which gives us +4 speed, +4 accuracy. Secondary tower is currently minimal. Rear tower 2, which has plus 8.8 base accuracy. So let's get a better mast in the back. What funnel do we have? Standard enhanced. Plus 8. Okay. Why would that? Why would that affect that? Well, regardless, I don't want to do that. There we go. I don't think there's anywhere we can put the rear tower to make that work. But that gives us the ability to put a little bit more armor on. Okay. So we got improved engine efficiency, more armor. Are the 3s Mark IIs? Yeah. We got some Mark II guns. I don't think any of our bigger weapons are Mark IIs yet. No. So we'll just leave them alone. But we did get some improved accuracy with the rangefinder, but also with better towers. So let's see this guy. Let's scroll up here and look at some of our other ships. We definitely want to do our heavy cruisers. Refit. Let's see how much if we have enough weight. I just noticed we don't have very many bulkheads. Anti-torp should help. We want to do that. Minus 45 AP penetration, but it will do much more damage against lightly armored ships like torpedo boats. I think I want to keep the penetration. Okay. Front tower 7. 6.5. Yeah, okay. That's the best we have. I'm guessing we have a better rear tower at this point. Yep. .5 base accuracy, 1.3. Okay. Oh, don't tell me this isn't going to fit. Okay. Well, so much for that. There we go. That'll have to do. So one way to help with offset is to move your boilers back, or moving forward, depending on where you need. We still have quite a bit of weight offset to the front, but we can reduce it a little bit. Let's see if we can. I don't know that that helps us. Well, it helps us in the fact that our weight offset is a little bit less, but I don't think we can put any guns up there. Yeah, typically in this hull type, this area up here, and this area back here where the towers normally go, you can't put weapons there. I do want to see if we have any Mark IIs. I don't think we do. Oh, we do have. We have. So that makes sense. So currently we have 10.7s, but they're only Mark 1s. It really makes a lot of sense. It makes, well, here, let's take a look. Let's just do accuracy at 5,000 meters is 1.9%. Yeah, 2.5, 2.2. Now the question is, should I do, how much am I saving? It's a single turret. It's 605 tons. Yeah, I'm saving a lot of weight as well. Yeah, that makes sense. They probably have better penetration as well. 1.5 to 13.1. Actually, they have a little bit less penetration, but the accuracy will make up for it. At least we'll be hitting. Okay, so we have a rangefinder, improved torps, improved engine. We actually have good engines, and we can add. We can also add some armor, probably. Look at that. We have our pitch and our roll down under 25%. Or weight, so I do want to see one other thing. See if we can't bump our range up a little bit. Nope. Okay. Okay. So overall, that was a pretty big upgrade. Let's save this. We probably, after we get our refits done, we want to go back and build or design new designs. That way we don't have to build a new ship and then immediately put it in or redesign. Okay. So this was the first cruiser that I designed, that the computer didn't design. So it would be nice to get some more range. Although range isn't really going to hurt us this early in this game with the Austrians, just because we don't have a wide-ranged empire, and we're all just in that one small area. So we don't need a huge amount of range to begin with. I already have light shells. I think I typically don't use white powder just because of the flash fire. You're getting a little bit of range, a little bit of accuracy. Very small though amount of positives, and it just the additional flash fire chance just is not worth it. I'm almost wondering. Plus 7.5 shell damage, though that's quite a bit. So rangefinder. Do we have enough room for mines? We do. Usually you can't lengthen casemate guns before your main guns, but evidently we've got that technology, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm going to try and add a little bit more armor. At least our roll is down in under 25. We're very close to weight limit though, so let's save that. So basically on this one, the biggest thing is the coincidence rangefinder. All right, let's see where we're at. That was the Focus. This was the new torpedo boat that I had designed when we first started, and quite honestly, they did not work very well. We just weren't getting in close enough. What's our speed? 28. Okay, we're overweight. Let's get rid of all our torpedoes for now. I think I want to redesign this quite a bit. So 2-inch and 3-inch are Mark IIs. So I think what I want to do, well, I also want to see if we have better tower. No, front tower 2. Did I change the engine? There we go. I did not. Really did not make much of a difference. Obviously, I can't go over the 500-ton limit. There we go. Okay. So one way you can cheat in a way is, so like I said, our 2-inch and 3-inch are Mark IIs, But I can put a 3-inch on there and bump it up to 3.9 to gain some extra punch while still getting the accuracy of being a Mark II as opposed to a Mark I. So if we put it there where the game is set up to have us put it, you can see our arc is not that great, our firing arc. If we back up here just a little bit, put the gun here instead, we get much better arc, right? Where are we at? 363. Why will it not let me place? Oh, okay. I know why it won't let me place there. Okay. Okay, so one of the things to keep in mind when you do refits, the reason it won't let me put a gun back here is because the original design had no guns back here. It was just torpedoes. So, because of that, you're not allowed to move gun emplacements more than a certain distance away from where they originally were. So that's why it won't let me put anything back there. Did we bump up? Yes, we did bump up the torpedo size. So now the question is, do we want to do... The other thing I could do, though, would be... It might let me do this. No. Yeah. Okay. So we've gotten rid of most of our torpedoes. Yes, we've gotten rid of most of our torpedoes. We went from, 8 torpedoes down to 3. But we've added, we went from 2 to 3-inch guns, and we added 4 additional guns. Now, in this case, with the torpedo boat, we won't get the accuracy from the rangefinder. But I think we're still better off. Okay, so that was this. We have one more light cruiser to do. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, this is a light cruiser. Okay. Okay. Rangefinder. That's pretty much all we're coming in here for. Nah, I don't think I want to do that. I'm going to take more, take some more armor in this case. Do we want to? Let's see something here. I think I'm going to get rid of the 4-inch and replace them with the 3-inch, since the 3-inch is a Mark II, if it will let me. It'll actually give us an extra set. Front tower 2. Okay. Rear tower Okay, so we don't have better. We have not gained any better towers. Huh, that's odd. So I can put a 3-inch casemate in there, but not a 2-inch. Let's just go with all 3-inch then. But of course that puts us overweight. All right, so let's see what we can do here. Accidentally taking that out. So what do we need? We need about 100 tons. There we go. Okay. So all of our casemates are now 3-inch. And we added some extra 3-inch up here. So overall, we should have quite a bit more firepower that should hit better with the new rangefinder. So yeah, let's see. I don't think probably most of our ships are not in harbors though. We do have quite a bit of ship building capacity. So let's make sure any of our ships that are in port we can refit. I'm being distracted by my cat at the moment, who has decided to join us to play, of course. So really, we don't have anybody in port at the moment. It's everybody engaged. I'm curious. Albania we could take back. I'm tempted to do that. What do we have to fight here? 2 CLs against 1 CA. What do they have left? They only have, they're building 52 though. So I'm kind of thinking, since most of our ships are active and we can't bring them back into port to refit, it might be a good idea to actually come up with a new design so that we can build and then not have to refit. So I want to design 2 ships then. I want to design a new battleship and a new light cruiser. Maybe, probably even a destroyer. So our battleship can be up to 11,500. What was our existing one? 8,000. Speed 18 knots. Yeah, let's go for 16. We don't need a lot of range. I do want maximum bulkheads. I'm gonna make it wide. That should give us more stability. Would hope. Natural, reciprocating, balanced. Okay. Now again, it would be nice to have some bigger guns, but at this point I'd rather actually have a chance to hit. It's more important to get hits than it is to have the bigger guns at this point. I don't think we can fit, and we're not fitting any secondary guns in here anyway, so that's kind of a moot point. I am going to go for now with the 3s. Same reason. Mark II. It's going to be more accurate. Okay. Okay, so where are we at? We can add quite a bit of armor. Our offset is fairly good. I'm not sure how high we can go. 13.3 would be the answer, okay. Okay. I think that looks fairly good. Oh, I did not want to do that. Okay. I should leave well enough alone so I don't mess it up again. Okay. That's quite a name. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Okay, so that's our new battleship. Let's get a new cruiser, light cruiser. And again, what I'm looking for is stability. 35, this has 26. 41. 35. And the reason I'm looking for stability is, again, I know I keep saying the same thing, but I really want to be able to land some hits. And if you're not hitting in the early game, you're going to see what we saw in my first battle, where the torpedo boats just came literally right on top of me. And I could do nothing because I couldn't land any hits to take the torpedo boats out. You only need maybe 2-3 hits to stop them. But if you're not hitting, it doesn't matter. So, 5,000. I'm pretty sure we can't build 5,000 at this point, but let's see what we can build. Okay, so we can go to 3750. Okay. I don't think I need quite that much range again. Looking at the size here, looks like they're all fairly close to the same size. Can I get 3 in there? Can I get 3 of the other one? No. Put that up there, though, I can. What if I do this? No. So what I'm trying to do is get over 100% engine efficiency with the least amount of weight. That'll work. Okay. Let's get our rangefinder on here. And see what we can do for guns. It's a big jump in weight from the 6-inch to the 7-inch. I think I'm going to stick with the 6-inch. Torpedoes. Let's get our torpedoes on here. Otherwise, I'll forget them. I'm going to set this ship up to deal with lightly armored. So we lose penetration, but we increase our shell damage drastically. Okay, so we have about 600 tons yet. And get my armor on here before I add my secondaries. That didn't really make much difference in my offset. Okay. So we have quite a bunch of 3-inch guns. So what do we have left? 100 tons, roughly. Okay. Right at the weight limit. Again, the big thing here is this way we have our rangefinder built into the ship. It's not necessarily that much better of a ship other than that than what we previously have, but at least this way we can just build them. We don't have to build them and then immediately bring them back in and refit them. So let's see that design. That was the magnet class. And now we also want to do the same thing for our destroyers. Although, do we? Yes, because I don't like the original destroyer design I had, which was that guy that had all the torpedoes in the back. Yeah. So let's do a new torpedo boat. Let's see. I'm not sure what our maximum weight is. Oh, we can go up to the 500 tons. Optimal speed is 29. Yeah, we're already overweight because we're at 31 knots. So let's do 28. Yeah, see, that made a huge difference in weight right off the bat. We don't need that much range again. I'm going to do how much weight does that give us? About, what, 30 tons? 25? Let's leave it at maximum for now. I am going to, again, no, I can't do that. All right, we're going to leave that alone. Team 20. Does that have a... No. Okay, I thought maybe that was a spot for a gun. It makes more sense to have 2 of these than 1 of these. The question is, do I want to take off a pair of, I'm just going to leave the guns the way they are. And try and overwhelm with massive number of shells being flung to try and get hits. And we'll see if that works better than the torpedo. Rushing with torpedoes. So, can we go 29? I think anything over that, anything over the 29 is going to take us overweight really quickly. Okay. And that was the Drock class that we designed there at the end. Let's go out here. That's 7 months. That's 10 months. And that's 14 months. And that's 11,000. How much do we have? We have about 22,000 tons available. We don't want to go right up to the limit just because we're going to need repairs. How many do we have repaired? We have 4 ships repaired right now. I would like to build a battleship, but I also don't want to tie up that much tonnage. I'm going to build one. Let's build one. And then it leaves us 10,000 almost exactly. Let's build one of each. Actually, let's build 2 torpedo boats. That'll leave us a little bit of leeway, 5,000 tons. And I'm tempted to try and take Albania back. I should probably do it now while I have the upper hand. How much tons did I need? It wasn't very much. 2,800. I think we're going to do it. We're going to try it. We're going to gamble. We don't have, what do we have coming up? Anything? Okay. Increased length on our turrets, on our guns. New type of barbette. Okay. Nothing too crazy coming up. But I think we're off to, let's see, we have a convoy here. I didn't realize this. Are we defending or no? I don't think I'm going to try that. We probably could win that, but all right. I think we're going to end this episode here. And then next episode, we should see some fighting again with the last of our ships. And then also we're going to try and go in and take Albania. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.